Hello and welcome to this first click-by-click series of tutorials on Learning Excel 2010. In this series you'll learn a number of basic techniques to get you started in using Excel. If you want to practice the techniques shown in these videos, you can get the written instructions along with the exercise files and video tutorials from www.wizzybooks.com. In this lesson we're going to continue working on the beverage sales workbook. If you've been following the lessons and creating your own file, you can go ahead and open up the My Beverage Sales workbook. And we do that by starting Microsoft Excel. And if we click on File, it should be in the list of recent files, My Beverage Sales. If you don't have this file, but you've downloaded the exercise files from our website, you can click on the Open dialog box, find where you've stored your data files, and you can open up Beverage Sales 3. I have already started creating this one, and I've got a My Beverage Sales file here. So I'm going to select that one and open that one up. So what we're going to do with this spreadsheet is we're going to make some small changes to the titles up here, and then we're going to go ahead and start to enter some data, and then later on we'll be able to start playing around with that data, creating some formulas, etc. So the first thing I'm going to do is to edit the name of this drink, chocolate. I want to make this hot chocolate, so I've selected the cell, and there's a couple of different ways I can do this. I can double click on the cell and you'll see the cursor appear in the middle. I can then cursor back using the cursor keys on the keyboard and type in hot. Press enter, and there we are, we've got hot chocolate. But this entry now runs into the next cell and it's a bit squished up. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our cursor up between the D and the E column headings, click and hold the mouse and just stretch that column out a little bit so it gives us a bit more room to display the title. The next thing I want to do is change milk to milkshake. This time though I'm not going to double click and edit the information in the cell. I'm going to use the formula bar, so I'll bring my mouse up here and click, and the cursor just falls in at the end of the word. So all I need to do now is type in a space and shake. Press enter, and there we go, we've got milkshake. But again, the column isn't wide enough to display all the information. So I'll bring my cursor up, click and hold the mouse button and drag that one out. So everything there looks a lot neater now. Okay, so we've got the names of our drinks in the top and we've got the days of the week. So now what we're going to do is start to enter the data to show how many teas that we sold. I'm going to enter my data in a column, so I'm going to be entering from top down to the bottom of the column. I'm not going to enter information left to right, simply because I find it easier to enter data in columns. But it all comes down to personal preference. Whichever way you find best, just use that method. Okay, so I'm going to start off, and on Monday I sold 63 teas, so I'm going to put 63 in there. I'm then going to use my cursor key and just cursor down one. On Tuesday I sold 71 teas, so I'll enter 71, cursor down, and on Wednesday I sold 68 teas. Enter the number, cursor down. On Thursday 90, cursor down, 81, cursor down, and 120. Cursor down. Now our fictitious cafe doesn't open on a Sunday, so I'm going to click on Sunday or cell A10 and just press delete to get rid of that day. Okay, so now I'm going to enter the information for coffee, and this time I'm just going to simply enter the number, cursor down. 65 for Tuesday, down, 50, 62, 71, 92. Okay, so I'm using my cursor keys now to move around the spreadsheet, and I've gone to the top of the hot chocolate list. So these figures now will represent the hot chocolate sales for the week, and I'm just going to go ahead and enter these in. And the milk. And finally the orange juice. So I'm simply typing the numbers in and using the down cursor key to enter the numbers. You can become quite quick at entering data if you do it that way. And another tip, if you've got a numeric keypad on the right hand side of your keyboard, it's easier to use those keys because the cursor keys are right next to them. So we've entered some information, and in future lessons we'll start using this numerical data and creating some formulas. So that's how we edit and enter information into our worksheets.